Hello, and welcome back for our last match with Recurring Nightmare. We are on the draw and have basically all of the pieces except for the actual Recurring Nightmare. So, like, if we draw Recurring Nightmare, we can Entomb for Bloodghast and Therapy Archega and, just get it in. Otherwise, we have Plow to buy ourselves some time, we have Therapy to buy ourselves some time against combo decks. And we're playing against someone who kept 7 in a 61 card deck, passed on turn 1. Who keeps 7 chooses to play passes on turn 1. It's like Belcher, right? Like that's the only thing it can be. Or just like Storm on a no-lander. So like, Lion's Eye doesn't get played in everything. Is there a card that Storm and Belcher play? I guess Rite of Flame. Dark Ritual. Okay, so they misclicked, but whatever. And they peeled Probe. So they're playing probably like some version of Tin Fins. Which seems bad for us. I mean, we have Deathrite Shaman, but Tin Fins has like been a fine fringe deck in Deathrite Shaman eras. So I'm not thrilled about seeing someone have Dark Ritual and Reanimate. Okay, so our opponent has discarded Dark Ritual and passed. So we're going to hold up Abrupt Decay mana. Although we definitely should have played that fetch land. So that we can hold up Plow. That was just really bad. I assume they're going to take our Entomb. But we can't really Entomb for anything. Oh, sure, they take our Plow. We can't really Entomb for anything that we aren't reanimating right away because they have Reanimate, so they can just like jack our Iname. So if we Entomb for... Yeah, we can't Entomb for Iname this turn. We could Entomb for Bloodghast. Actually, if we Entomb for Bloodghast, we get Kaiga. So that's not bad. Bloodghast is seriously just like the sickest card. Right, Bloodghast. It's so dirty. Anyway. Underground Sea, so find Savannah. We would like to use the ability. So, the one of Rector is going to find the recurring nightmare that we want. We're going to therapy ourselves for Higa, sacrificing Rector, exiling it, getting this, putting it into play, and yep, Higa. And now we get to, at the very least, have protection from Emrakul. We're certainly safe from... Do they think that reanimate's an instant? The card is not that good. I mean, it's really good, but it's not, like, that good. Oh, sure, so he has Gorias. As in... Gorias. Owned. Sure, so it says, return target legendary creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And since this is our graveyard, that doesn't work so well. So, our opponent's having a rough time. But we're just going to keep on keeping on, and now we know that our opponent has Goria's Vengeance, which is cool. It's also like, you can't, so there might be some temptation to like sit back with Higa and try and block Gristlebrand, but the deal with this deck is that it works based on like being able to activate Gristlebrand and then gain life back. And so like when you can't do that, when you have to like attack with Gristlebrand, pay 7, children, pay 7, children, and then finally you get to pay 14, like you are much worse off. So like here they can't one turn kill us. And if they're getting Emrakul, then please, Lord, attack with it. Okay. Well. So, they're going to attack with Gristlebrand, pay 7, and then try to cast Lotus Petal and Children of Courtless, and then gain 7 and go again, and then reanimate their children. And then pay 14. At which point we are actually probably pretty bad off. But they have to find Children of Courtless first, which is no mean feat. However, they have a fresh hand, which is fine. As it turns out, Gristlebrand is very powerful. So our opponent has elected to concede. Which, you know, They have the option of doing. They're dead on board. So, Spirit of the Labyrinth, quite good against Gristlebrand. We're going to bring that one in. Eidolon of Rhetoric, also very good. Against any deck with Dark Ritual. Thoughtseize, just fine. Gaddock Teague, not good at all, because they're like a 1/2 combo deck. Abrupt Decay, bad for basically all the reasons that you can imagine. Curse of Desolate, similarly bad. Well, actually, Curse might be fine because it shuts off their children, which is like their engine. So I'm actually okay keeping that one in. I want to go down to 1 Yosei, and I think that He Who Hungers is fine, both Kigos are fine. Is it possible that these plows are just like not good? I think they might just not be good, which is fine. But I'm also willing to be super wrong about that one. But I think the hand attrition is where it's at, and sticking a spirit ASAP is also where it's at. This hand, unfortunately, is unkeepable. If this were literally any other black-producing land, it would be a pretty easy keep, but this one goes back. This one is ye old Cabal Therapy Bloodghast hand, which I like. So, they are playing the deck that many people affectionately call Tinfins. I have no idea how it got that name, by the way. It's like a very legacy deck name. I'm sure that someone will leave a very long comment in the forum explaining why we should call it Tinfins instead of, like, Shallow Grave Gristlebrand or whatever. But it's a reanimator deck that tries to kill in one turn with Shallow Grave and Goryo's Vengeance instead of, like, reanimating Gristlebrand and controlling the game with Force Will and Daze. So it is sort of the Yawgmoth's Bargain combo deck of the format. So they don't have Dark Ritual, or they don't have like all the pieces yet, and as a result, we're going to go after their... Yeah, so they're going to Entomb, at which point we need to figure out... So they're going to get Gristlebrand. And we name either Shallow Grave or Goryo's Vengeance, and hope that we get it right. So we saw Goryo's, and so that's what we're going to name. They have neither, which is interesting. So we would have missed regardless. They do have Surgical. I assume... I think it would be tempting to Surgical Cabal Therapy if I'm them. But they clearly have more restraint than I think they might be going after Bloodghast, or they might just like get extra greedy and wait on a recurring Nightmare trigger. But like, that ain't happening. What is happening is we are going to play Bloodghast, pass, and then flashback Cabal Therapy with a fetch land in play. And name Surgical, obviously. Because, like, their hand's got nothing going on. So we're not gonna, like, snipe their action spell. We shouldn't have played that fetch land. That was bad. Yeah, that was just, like, spewing information for no good reason. But on the upside, we do get to get their Surgical. They have just like a bunch of artifact mana. Sure would. Oh, plus. So we are an Entomb away from just going to town. And by going to town, I mean putting Kagan to play. So we're going to go to Kiga Town. Actually, sorry, putting Spirit of the Labyrinth into play. That card. Oh boy. But in the meantime, we can settle for attacking, playing a fetch land, playing another Bloodghast, and kicking it back over. So, sort of assessing what's been going on, I think that this is a deck that certainly maximizes Bloodghast and Veteran Explorer, but doesn't set up Recurring Nightmare as well as I would like. And I think it might just like need some careful studies and better threat density, but I think that this might not be the best build for it. Okay, sure, so name Recurring Nightmare. This may not be the best build for Recurring Nightmare proper. I think that like the concept is sweet, but something is missing and I can't figure out what it is. Like, it's an adorable gimmick deck, and like going nuts with Iname is going to be game over basically all of the time. It's just that getting to the point where you get to go nuts is super hard because like even decks that play Entomb and like that's their only game plan have like a ton of cantrips, and even they sometimes whiff, and like we don't have cantrips, we just have like other stuff that we're doing. And so like the focus is on making that other stuff good enough to compete, which, you know, it has, right? Like we've been beating the hell out of people with Bloodghast. It's awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, get out. Like, this is the best Bloodghast deck I've ever played, and it's entirely possible that Sam's deck from Atlanta ages ago is just like even better. But this has not been the most impressive Recurring Nightmare deck, and I think it's possible that we just want to go back to the drawing board and start back over with like Shriekmaws and Muldrifters. Also, this is just sweet. Sure would. Good Goryo's Vengeance. New game zone. Just hanging out. There's just, I have so many thoughts on Moto, but you have them too. I trust that you have them too. We could have killed them this turn. We weren't really paying attention. We were focusing on this because Jesus. But I don't really think it's gonna matter. Could, but our opponent has to hit children or Entomb plus a way to bring back children. And they can't kill us this turn without, like, Tendrils of Agony. Plays a fetch land. Activate it. I would not activate that fetch land if I were them. I think that would be a poor decision. But, I mean, in all fairness, I deserve to lose this game because I didn't just, like, bring back Bloodghast with haste and attack for 4. But seriously, though. My god. But, in spite of all of that, Bloodghast carries us over the finish line. I think. Dark Ritual. Entomb. Are we just gonna, like, do the song and dance all over again, man? Oh man, does he have Brainstorm to try and, like, set up another... God, that'd be so sick. But yeah. His deck is just, like, very clearly very good. I think that, you know, as he said, just not used to sort of the deck, is learning for, you know, the first time, and that's completely understandable. But Bloodghast and Thoughtseize and just being a Black Disruption deck immune to spot removal is a very powerful thing to be doing in Legacy, and I'm interested in figuring out sort of what else we can do with that shell. But until next week, I will see you then.